Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to Olvera Street here in Los Angeles. A very big round of applause for Mariachi San Popan, ladies and gentlemen. To begin fight week, it is Andy Ruiz, Luis King Kong Ortiz. Just to run down what you can expect on Sunday from Crypto.com Arena. We will start off with Jose Valenzuela. He's undefeated at 135 pounds, 12-0 with 8 knockouts. He will take on a late replacement, Edwin De Los Santos. His original opponent, Jezreel Corrales, is out. Therefore, insert Edwin De Los Santos with a 14-1 with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. That Edwin De Los Santos' record. Then we will transition to the return of the 3-division world champion, the Mexican Olympian, Abner Mares. As he steps inside the ring once again for the first time in over 4.5 years, he will battle Miguel Flores, our co-main event. A WBC Lightweight Eliminator between two fighters that have aggressive styles. They're Mexican, and they're looking to punch their ticket to a world title shot. Isaac Pitbull Cruz will match up against Eduardo Ramirez. And then in our main event of the evening, a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator matchup between the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the first fighter of Mexican descent to capture the heavyweight championship of the world, Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr., will step inside the ring against the world title contender, Luis King Kong Ortiz of Cuba. All that comes your way this upcoming Sunday from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor and pleasure to introduce a man who is making his return to the ring for the first time in 4.5 years. Talk about being involved in some unbelievable matchups over the years around the world, especially here in Los Angeles. 31 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. A 3-division world champion. He's won titles at bantamweight, super bantamweight, and in the featherweight division. Originally born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, now living here in the Montebello, California area. A 2004 Mexican Olympian. For the first time in 4.5 years, he will make that ring walk yet again on Sunday against Miguel Flores. Please welcome the 3-division world champion, Abner Mares. Abner, it is great to see.
First of all, Hawaiian Gardens. I lived in Montebello for a while, but, you know, we from HC, baby.
All right. Well, absolutely. Then we will make sure to go ahead, correct that. Abner, Hawaiian Gardens, certainly very proud of where you're residing. But, Abner, I remember being here 7 years ago doing a media workout just like this around this time when you fought Leo Santa Cruz the first time. You're going to be returning to Crypto.com Arena 4.5 years away from the ring. How do you feel?
I feel it's the different chapter in my life. You talked about 7 years ago. I was fighting Leo Santa Cruz, one of the top dogs. You know, we were fighting for bragging rights here in L.A. And now to be back again, you know, amongst my people in a different chapter of my life, a comeback fight for Abner Mares. I mean, I'm just honored, blessed. I'm happy. I'm really grateful with God for giving me the opportunity, PBC, Al Heyman. And my man, just, you know, it's time to do work. You know, I'm usually standing where you are, you know, being the broadcaster, commentator, but come September 4th, I'm the fighter. A fighter's always a fighter.
There's a lot of excitement behind your return to the ring, Abner, and people are clamoring there as to say, you know, are we going to see the super aggressive Abner Mares? Are we going to see a more boxing kind of when you were in the amateurs, a part of the Mexican Olympic team? What are we expecting on Sunday against Miguel Flores?
That's a good question. I don't even know myself, you know, that's just being real because, you know, mentally I want to be that wise fighter, you know, think inside the ring, pick my punches. But sometimes the heart gets the best of you, and you're freaking, you know, your cojones, and you end up fighting like the warrior you are. So we'll see come September 4th. But, you know, a smart man should just, in my age, you know, should fight smart. A smart fight, wiser fighter, and definitely I'm going to be picking my punches.
Have you missed this? Because, you know, you're involved in it now on the commentator's standpoint and sitting ringside wearing the suit instead of, you know, looking in the great shape that you are. You know, you've been in camp and everything else. But what's it like now to be, you know, doing this as a fighter once again after 4.5 years?
You know who enjoys it the most? My wife. She sees me right now with this body. She's like, hey, babe, you know, hurry up and fight already. But, you know, it's just a different, you know, mentality, different, you know, approach into a fight. You know, like you mentioned, now I'm a commentator. I work as a broadcaster, and you know, believe it or not, you know, you have a different knowledge of boxing. I study fighters now differently. I see the boxing game differently. So coming in this fight, believe me, I did my homework like I usually do for fights. So, you know, I just, like I keep saying, I'm a wiser man, smarter fighter, and you know, I'm an old whoop, man. I know I got a lot of tricks under my sleeve.
You love Los Angeles. It's no mistake about it. Your last few fights have been here. You've had offers to fight in return in other parts of the world, but instead you decided upon here in Los Angeles. Why so, and what do these people mean to you?
Oh man, this is my house. This is my home, LA, man. This is where the raza is. This is where my people are. You know, they're always supporting. Good and bad, I love them, man. This is where everything's at. This is where everything started for myself. You know, my pro career. So LA, turn up September 4th, man. T Modest is back, baby.
What's your prediction for your fight against Miguel Flores? No relation to me.
No, I asked about that's your cousin. Don't lie now.
No, not at all.
My prediction. I'm here for a stoppage, man. I'm trying to go home early. I want to go home early and celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Abner Mares. Ladies and gentlemen, predicting a stoppage. And now Abner Mares is going to work out a little bit for the fans here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Abner Mares working out here on Olvera Street. For all of you, I'll turn it right back over to Mariachi San Popan to go and perform while Abner Mares is inside the ring. I'm sure he'll appreciate the mariachi music. Con ganas, vamos! Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want Andy Ruiz t-shirts, they are selling Andy the Destroyer Ruiz t-shirts here on Olvera Street. Make sure to pick up a t-shirt or two to show your support for Andy Ruiz Jr. Back to Abner Mares inside the ring. Gentlemen, for Abner Mares. Abner, you want to say anything to the fans in Spanish?
Sí, claro, a la gente toda que vino a apoyar, muchísimas gracias. Obviamente mi primer idioma, el español. Saludos a todo Guadalajara, Jalisco, y esta va por México. Muchas gracias.
Abner Mares, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause. He will match up against Miguel Flores on Sunday, Crypto.com Arena. It is FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View if you're here in the Los Angeles area. Tickets are going quickly. Make sure to get them, AXS.com. It's all being presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions. Ray Flores here. Great to be here on Olvera Street. to kick off Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz fight week. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a dynamic card from top to bottom to open up the pay-per-view portion of the show. We are going to have a matchup in the lightweight division, as you are going to see one of the fastest rising up-and-comers, Jose Valenzuela, who's undefeated, 12-0 with 8 knockouts. He will match up against Edwin De Los Santos of the Dominican Republic with a 14-1 record, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. De Los Santos, a late replacement for Jezreel Corrales. And a round of applause, un aplauso para Mariachi San Popa, ladies and gentlemen, joining us throughout the afternoon here in Los Angeles. But we have such a loaded night of boxing coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. To open up the pay-per-view at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, Jose Valenzuela collides against Edwin De Los Santos. And now we are going to go ahead and bring up the young up-and-coming sensation. His record, 12 wins, no losses, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a stablemate of David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez Jr., trained under the guidance of David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Sr., born originally in Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. He's looked sensational over his last 2 outings, especially stoppage wins over Austin Dulé, and most recently in April on the undercard of Errol Spence's victory over the Ordenisugas in front of nearly 40,000 fans. He stopped the former champion Francisco Vargas in the first round. So we are very excited, ladies and gentlemen, to bring up to the ring in a few moments Jose Rayo Valenzuela, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Jose Valenzuela. He is getting his hands wrapped in a few moments by David Benavidez, or Jose Benavidez Sr., beg your pardon. David Benavidez will be here throughout the week as well. But Jose Valenzuela, 12-0 with 8 knockouts. New opponent in Edwin De Los Santos of the Dominican Republic, who possesses a 14-1 record with 13 wins coming by way of knockouts. So no doubt, Jose Valenzuela and Edwin De Los Santos, high knockout percentages. This one to begin the night in the lightweight division. Before we get to the pay-per-view, though, you will see live on FS1 at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, Raiz Salim, who's undefeated, 19-0 with 12 knockouts, coming out of Flint, Michigan. He will take on the Philippines' own Mike Plania. Then we'll head over to Big Fox coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. A matchup between 2 unbeaten super welterweights as Joey Spencer looks to remain undefeated against Mexico's own Kevin Salgado. Then we'll transition to the pay-per-view portion with Jose Valenzuela and Edwin De Los Santos. You just heard from Abner Mares, who's back inside the ring for the first time in 4.5 years. His opposition will be Miguel Flores. Then our co-main event going to be a scintillating matchup, a lightweight title eliminator fight between Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who fought at Crypto.com Arena last December. A very entertaining matchup in the losing effort against Gervonta Tank Davis. His opponent on Sunday will be Eduardo Ramirez of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. And then Andy Ruiz Jr., the Destroyer, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, will battle Luis King Kong Ortiz. Both men love to go toe-to-toe, and both men looking to put on a show on Sunday from Crypto.com Arena. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Jose, great to see you, my friend. 12-0, 8 knockouts. Again, to begin the pay-per-view at Crypto.com Arena with what we've seen from your career, going ahead and fighting in front of nearly 40,000 fans at AT&T Stadium in the springtime, and now being a part of a card of this magnitude with Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm grateful. I'm thankful to God for this another great opportunity on pay-per-view. Fox, I'm just ready to go back for everybody.
Originally, your opponent was supposed to be Jezreel Corrales, but now you have a new opponent on short notice in Edwin De Los Santos. His record, 14-1, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He's from the Dominican Republic. How do you change your mentality and your preparation for a late replacement adversary?
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. But Edwin is a tough fighter. He has a good record, 14, 13 knockouts, I believe. And he comes to fight. You know, there's a great opportunity for him as well. And I know he's going to come put on a great show with me. And just very excited. You know, different opponent, but the same result.
Well, you've looked tremendous, especially in your last two outings. Stoppage wins over Austin Dulé and Francisco Vargas. Do you feel like at this point, you're 23 years of age, like you're really hitting your stride?
Definitely. You know, I think I'm starting to get in the flow of things. You know, after getting past this opponent, I think I'll be ready for anybody else. Pitbull, Gervonta Davis, whoever they got.
So you want, after this fight, assuming you get your hand raised on Sunday, you want to go ahead and take on the top guys in the division.
Yeah, definitely.
And what does the Benavides family mean to you? The one thing about it, I saw you in July with, you know, being there supporting Jose Benavides Jr. You're trained by Jose Benavides Sr. David Benavides, I know, has been a very big influence on you. But what has it been like to be a part of Team Benavides? Because I feel like you guys are so much in sync with one another.
Definitely. You know, we're just a big family. They brought me in when I was young. Nobody was there for me, and they took me in, basically adopted me, and treated me like family ever since. And for that, I'll always be grateful, be there to support them.
Before you work out, I know that a lot of the fans here are supporting you. Do you want to say anything to them, especially in Spanish?
Sí, pues le quiero dar gracias a toda la gente que vino a apoyar, a toda la raza de México, y pues este domingo no se la pierdan. Voy a poner un excelente show y toda la gente que está ordenando el pay-per-view. Muchas gracias.
And Jose, a prediction for your matchup against Edwin de los Santos on Sunday.
Oh man, you know I love knockouts.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jose Rayo Valenzuela, who's going to work out for all of you here on Olvera Street in Los Angeles. It's Ruiz Ortiz Fight Week this Sunday, Crypto.com Arena here in Los Angeles. Now we will turn it right back over to the mariachi. Give it up for Sampopan, ladies and gentlemen. Un aplauso.
Soy arriero, porque el soy se para.
round of applause, un aplauso para Mariachi San Popan. Also, Jose Rayo Valenzuela working out here inside the ring. Here on Olvera Street, led by Jose Benavides Sr., his esteemed trainer. Jose Valenzuela collides against Edwin de los Santos this Sunday, live on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View from Crypto.com Arena here in Los Angeles. Back to the workout for Jose Rayo Valenzuela. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Un aplauso para Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Él es invicto. 12-0. Jose ganado por la vía del knockout. He's undefeated. 12-0 with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Great to see Jose Valenzuela and his trainer, Jose Benavides Sr. and the entire team with Jose Valenzuela. His opponent on Sunday night, a late replacement in Edwin de los Santos of the Dominican Republic. Also want to thank Mariachi San Popan performing throughout the entire afternoon and throughout the early evening. As Fight Week has begun, Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, this upcoming Sunday live on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. If you are not here in the Los Angeles area, join us on Pay-Per-View on Sunday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. A very big night of boxing coming your way on this Labor Day weekend edition of PBC on Fox, on FS1, and also on Fox Sports Pay-Per-View. Coming up in a few moments, we'll be talking with Miguel Flores, who is looking to go ahead and spoil the return of Abner Mares on Sunday. Going to be a very compelling matchup. This one going to certainly, no doubt, bring out the best in both fighters on Sunday, as we are very much excited about being here in Los Angeles. Also here, for those of you at Olvera Street, they are selling Andy Ruiz Jr. T-shirts. So we are very excited about that as well. And we are awaiting Miguel Flores to make his way here in Los Angeles, and he will step inside the ring and go ahead and work out for all of you. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to Mariachi San Popan for a quick song, and we'll come back. Mariachi-san Popan, ladies and gentlemen, here at the workouts for Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, and now we are very fortunate to have one part of our main event fighters that'll be involved in our second pay-per-view matchup on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. This fighter, with a record of 24 wins, a dozen of those coming by way of knockout, against 4 defeats, bouncing back after back-to-back losses as he defeated Dihul Olguin back in June. Born in Mexico, now residing in Spring, Texas, he challenged Leo Santa Cruz for a super featherweight championship of the world back in November of 2019 on the undercard of Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz, number 2 from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. But on Sunday, he looks to foil the comeback plans of Abner Mares from Crypto.com Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miguel Flores. Great to see Miguel Flores here in Los Angeles. Miguel, great to see you. And fight week is upon us on Sunday. You step inside the ring to go head-to-head against the 3-division world champion, the Mexican Olympian, Abner Mares. You're Mexican, he's Mexican. Can we expect a war on Sunday?
Yeah, exactly, a war. First of all, man, LA traffic is bad. I thought Houston traffic was bad. LA traffic is bad. But no, I'm excited to be here. You know, it's crazy because I just turned 30. This is my 30th pro fight. First time fighting in LA. So, man, I'm excited. You know, I'm happy to be here. All these people, Mexican people, Latin people, everybody from around the world, man. Hopefully they can tune in, man. We're going to put on the show.
What does it mean for you to be taking on Abner Mares? This is Abner's backyard. Do you like the fact that you're coming into quote-unquote enemy territory on Sunday?
Yeah, obviously, you know, going against a 3-division world champion, you know, it's challenging, but I'm ready. You know, some of these Mexican fans will turn on my side, you know, given the fact that we're going to put up a great fight. And I know he's coming to fight. I'm coming to fight. You know, at the end of the day, we could plan on boxing, but we're going to end up having a brawl in there.
Miguel, I mentioned the fact that you challenged Leo Santa Cruz back in November of 2019. You know, when you stepped up against that elite competition, it hasn't gone your way. Do you feel like your experience now in those big fights have prepared you for this moment and moving forward in your career?
Yes, obviously, you know, all those times you lose, sometimes this more than a loss is a learning experience. So, you know, I've been here, you know, I know what it takes, you know, of course, you know, in boxing, anything can happen. So, yeah, I've had a couple of tough losses, but, you know, I'm here to take full advantage of the opportunity and add that Abner Mares name to my record as a win.
I feel like also is, you know, having that experience, you know, involved in those big fight weeks that now, you know, you seem so relaxed. You're in a very easy demeanor and you're seeming to soak it all in instead of, you know, being tense or even worried about anything. Is that fair to say?
No, yes, exactly. That's the correct way to say. I mean, I could sit here and talk smack and all that, but I'm going to have the man in front of me 10 rounds, you know, come September 4th. So just relax. Enjoy the moment, you know. Before you know it, this is all over. So got to enjoy the moment, you know, and just take it in as it comes.
Now, so what do you want to tell the fans here at Olvera Street in Spanish?
Oh, no, pues a toda la gente mexicana, a todos los latinos, los esperamos este 4 de septiembre. Y pues obviamente si no pueden asistir, pues que lo ordenen por FOX Pay-Per-View.
And also, your prediction for your matchup against Abner Mares, Miguel?
We're going to beat the old wolf.
All right, Miguel Flores, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, un aplauso. Miguel Flores is going to work out here in Los Angeles on Olvera Street as he will collide against Abner Mares this Sunday from Crypto.com Arena on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Miguel, as we go ahead and we get ready to let you go in a few minutes, but, you know, I want to get your thoughts on being on this card with Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz. This is a big matchup. You're a fan of boxing. This is one that the fans are talking about, but how do you see this fight going down with Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz?
Man, the whole card is stacked. If I was home, I would be ordering this fight. You got Rayo. He just got a change of opponent. You got Pitbull, a Mexican. You got Zurdito Ramirez. He's tricky. I fought him. And then you got the first Mexican heavyweight champion in Andy Ruiz fighting another veteran. So, man, it's an all-action-packed card. I don't know. In the main event, I'm leaning towards the veteran Ortiz just because he has that equalizer in the one-hitter quitter.
I got you. You're sounding like a fight analyst, Miguel. I think you might have a future just like Abner after your fighting days are over.
Hey, he fought for bragging rights, right? So maybe have to fight him for that Showtime spot.
Well, also, you know, here on the Fox Sports commentary side, but, you know, being and watching the sport grow and also being on a card like this in Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena, that's a venue, an arena that has been home to so many great matchups. The man you're fighting on Sunday, Abner Mares, fought there, you know, twice against Leo Santa Cruz. The first fight, they threw over 2,000 punches. So I'm asking you, are you anticipating kind of having that kind of volume on Sunday against Abner Mares?
Obviously, man, when you got two Mexicans, you know, it's going to produce fireworks. Obviously, we want to be smart and intelligent. And I'm going to say I want to prevent that from happening, but I'm being honest. You know, I'm going in there to have a war and more importantly, give the fans a good show, you know, because they pay their hard-earned money to buy the fights and buy a ticket. So we got to give them a good show.
It sounds to me like you and Abner are going to be trying to steal the show on Sunday.
That's the plan, you know. That's the plan. I hope to steal the show, but do it in a smart fashion. You know, I'm planning to have a one-sided, exciting fight.
Do you think that a win like this over Abner Mares sort of elevates you and puts you in line to go ahead and take on the top 10 guys in the division?
Obviously, you know, it's going to open a lot of more doors, but more importantly, what do we all fight for? Money. So I know I'll be able to take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese more often now, you know, and more money will come. So that's what, you know, I know winning is going to open a lot of doors, but it's going to bring more money to the table.
All right, Miguel Flores, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, working out for all of you here as he will take on Abner Mares.
Exit the same way?
Yeah, you can go ahead and exit the same way, Miguel. And that'll be on Sunday. Miguel Flores, Abner Mares, they will be a part of the Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View loaded card. I told you we're going to start very early on Sunday as we will begin at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Raiz Alim matching up against the Philippines' own Mike Plania. Alim undefeated. This one should be a tremendous battle. That at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time on FS1. Then we'll head over to Big Box at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Matchup between two unbeaten super welterweights. Joey Spencer will battle Mexico's own Kevin Salgado. Then at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, it'll be the pay-per-view portion coming your way. Our opening matchup, Jose Rayo Valenzuela, 12 victories, no losses, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He will meet the late replacement, a very tough and game, hard-hitting power puncher in Edwin De Los Santos of the Dominican Republic, 14-1 with 13 knockouts. And then you heard from Abner Mares and Miguel Flores. They will collide. Mares, the 3-division world champion, back inside the ring for the first time in 4.5 years. He made that ring walk 4.5 years ago against Leo Santa Cruz in the rematch in June of 2018. And now he will collide against Miguel Flores. Our co-main event, Miguel Flores broke it down so eloquently, between two Mexican lightweights in an eliminator fight. Isaac Pitbull Cruz collides against Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez of Los Mochis. And then in our main event of the evening, Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr., the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the first and only fighter of Mexican descent to capture the heavyweight championship of the world. He will match up and slug it out against Cuba's own Luis King Kong Ortiz in our main event, a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator. For those of you here on Olvera Street, they are selling Andy Ruiz T-shirts. And right now we will go ahead, if we can turn it over to our friends, the Mariachi Sampopa, ladies and gentlemen, to perform for all of you. And then we will continue with our media workouts here in Los Angeles. It's Ruiz Ortiz Fight Week. Un aplauso para Mariachi Zampopan, ladies and gentlemen, as we are awaiting another workout here. It's great to be here in Los Angeles as we are beginning fight week. As if the Mariachi wants to go and perform another song for all of you, we're awaiting our next fighter to make their way inside the ring, but I will leave the stage front and center for Mariachi Zampopan here in Los Angeles. Gracias. Un aplauso para Mariachi San Popan, ladies and gentlemen, performing for all of you here on Olvera Street. They're working very hard. I'm Miguel Flores as we begin Fight Week for Andy Ruiz. Luis Ortiz this Sunday from Crypto.com Arena, formerly the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. It comes your way Sunday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. We have such a loaded card from top to bottom on this Labor Day weekend as PBC closing out the summer with a bang. It's all presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions. Big shout out to Tom Brown, the president of TGB Promotions, doing an amazing job as always. Also his vice president, Brittany Goosen Brown, working tirelessly behind the scenes. Also our entire PR staff, Swanson Communications, Callie Swanson, Andrew Roberts, Sam Jackson as well, working very hard, along with our PBC staff, Hervey Estrada, Sammy Caesar, Eric, the entire crew as well. So we're all here very excited to be a part of what is going to be a sensational night of boxing. Just to run down the card from top to bottom, from a TV standpoint, we'll have prelims coming your way earlier in the afternoon, but then at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, we transition to FS1. In that particular contest, it'll be a super bantamweight showdown between the undefeated Raiz Salim, 19-0, 12 knockouts. His adversary, Mike Plania of the Philippines. Plania has won 11 straight. That a big fight at 122. Then we'll go up 32 pounds to 154, as it'll be a matchup of 2 unbeaten fighters. This one will be live on Fox, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Joey Spencer, who's been the BBC Prospect of the Year, he'll go head-to-head against Mexico's own Kevin Salgado. Then, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time is when we begin the pay-per-view on Sunday. To begin the night, a matchup in the lightweight division. As Jose Rayo Valenzuela, he's in action, 12-0, 8 knockouts. He looks to continue in his winning ways. He has 2 straight victories by stoppage, trying to make it 3 straight against the now late replacement Edwin de los Santos of the Dominican Republic. Initially, it was supposed to be Cesar Corrales. Corrales pulled out of the fight earlier, and now insert Edwin de los Santos, who's the late replacement. Heavy hands possesses Edwin de los Santos, a knockout percentage of over 86%. Our second fight on the pay-per-view portion here from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, the return of the 3-division world champion, the Mexican Olympian, Abner Mares, back inside the ring for the first time in 4.5 years. He's a world champion in the bantamweight division. He was a world champion in the super bantamweight division, a world champion in the featherweight division. He returns to the squared circle against Miguel Flores, who is looking for the biggest win of his professional career. Our co-main event, a lightweight title eliminator matchup between Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Isaac Cruz inside the ring here at Crypto.com Arena. He fought inside that venue last December in a very competitive, exciting matchup against Gervonta Tank Davis in a losing effort. Standing across the ring from him on Sunday will be Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. As we go ahead, and is Martin around here somewhere? We have Martin Bater. All right, here we go. We're going to bring up Martin Bater as well. That way, Martini has the proper translation. But I want to get your thoughts on your matchup coming up on Sunday. You take on Isaac Cruz, but tell us about how you're feeling headed into your co-main event.
Bueno, ¿cómo te sentís de cara a esta pelea que es un co-evento principal y que es muy importante este fin de semana?
Primero que nada, muy emocionado por estar acá y estamos listos para dar un buen espectáculo y buscar resultados positivos.
I'm more than ready to give the fans what they want this weekend. We're going to put on a show, and this weekend is going to be a blast for everybody.
What does it mean for you to be fighting on and fighting against a fellow Mexican inside a venue that has been home to many memorable fights in the course of boxing history at Crypto.com Arena on Sunday?
Bueno, el Crypto.com Arena es un lugar donde han habido peleas muy significativas en la historia del boxeo. ¿Qué significa para vos no solo el pelear allí, sino que es contra un compatriota mexicano?
Significa demasiado para mí, más que nada porque es en el mes de septiembre, representando a toda la afición mexicana
y pienso que va a ser una gran guerra y la gente no se puede perder este espectáculo.
It means a lot to me, not just because of the fight, but the fact that it's the month of September. It's a month that means a lot to us Mexicans. So it's our duty to give the fans the show that they crave and they deserve.
Feel you hold the advantages over Isaac Cruz? Not giving away your game plan, but where do you think you hold the advantages?
Sin develar tu estrategia, ¿cómo crees que son tus ventajas contra tu oponente? ¿Cuáles crees que son tus principales herramientas para ganar el domingo?
Vamos a seguir siendo el peleador explosivo como lo he venido siendo, pero vamos a ser un poco más cautelosos con Isaac y estamos listos.
It's like so far, but we're also going to be a little more cautious against Isaac because we know how aggressive he can be.
And what would a win over Isaac Cruz mean to you?
¿Qué significaría para vos ganarle a alguien del calibre de Isaac Cruz?
Sería algo muy catapultador para mi carrera y esperemos que así sea.
It will definitely be a springboard for my career, and I truly hope it is that way.
I know that you have a lot of, it means a lot to you to be fighting here in Los Angeles. What do you want to tell the fight fans here on Olvera Street, such a rich community in Los Angeles?
¿Qué te gustaría decir a la gente que te está viendo acá? Una comunidad mexicana que es muy rica y muy amplia aquí en Los Ángeles.
Primero que nada, muchas gracias, un abrazo a toda la afición mexicana y en general. No se pueden perder mi pelea el 4 de septiembre contra Isaac Cruz, hay que estar al pendiente.
I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. I fully embrace you all, and you can't miss this fight on Sunday because it's going to be great.
And a prediction on Sunday, Eduardo?
Bueno, vaticinio, predicción para este domingo. ¿Quién gana y cómo?
Victoria, como sea.
Well, I can translate that. Victory is what he say, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez here in Los Angeles. He's going to work out for all of you. The media workout. So Eduardo Ramirez is going to work out a little bit for all of you here on Olvera Street as Fight Week has begun in full swing here in Los Angeles. We are in the legendary area of Olvera Street to begin Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz Fight Week. This Sunday, a special Labor Day edition weekend of PBC on FS1, on Fox, and Fox Sports Pay-Per-View, our main event. Andy Ruiz, Luis King Kong Ortiz in a heavyweight title eliminator. That one scheduled for 12 rounds or less. Key emphasis on the words less, because in my opinion, that one will not go the distance. And right now, Eduardo Ramirez is going to do some shadow boxing here ahead of his co-main event showdown against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, a lightweight title eliminator contest. Two Mexican gladiators stepping inside the ring in Los Angeles. Oh, we're going to have a battle on Sunday as I will go ahead and we will watch Eduardo Ramirez work out for all of you here in Los Angeles. So he's just stretching himself out right now is Eduardo Ramirez, and no doubt about it, even though his knockout percentage is under 40%, he does have a heavy punch. Indeed, he has the ability to put you out. He's very crafty. He comes at you in unorthodox angles, and, he is absolutely very capable of foiling the plans of one Isaac Cruz. And he comes to us from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, as Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. Zurdito, because he is a southpaw. And look at him, he's nice and wide and very likes to attack you from unorthodox angles, which could give you issues inside the ring. It is a loaded night of boxing coming your way on this Labor Day weekend as PBC closing out the summer with a bang. And wonderful to be here on Olvera Street, as this is going to be a tremendous fight week with Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, but back to Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. You're watching the media workout for Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen, as he takes on Isaac Pitbull Cruz. This upcoming Sunday from Crypto.com Arena. Eduardo Ramirez, his record, 27 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He has won 5 straight matchups and looking to make it 6 straight as he departs the ring. I'll make my way inside the squared circle as Eduardo Ramirez going to go ahead and meet with the media here in Los Angeles as we are beginning and kicking off fight week with a stellar card and a stellar workout session here on Olvera Street in Los Angeles. Also want to thank some of the radio stations that are out here. We want to thank Power, want to thank K-Day, and also La Que Buena as well for their support of Sunday night's event. It is FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View here in Los Angeles. Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz matching up as they are selling Andy Ruiz t-shirts here on Olvera Street. So if you want to go and pick up an Andy Ruiz t-shirt ahead of Sunday's matchup, when you'll be at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, by all means, make sure to pick it up right now. Also, ladies and gentlemen, this week we are very excited to hear from the fighters, and it is going to be a very busy end of the summer, and then we enter October. Just to give you an idea of, we are going to be very busy with PBC on FOX Sports Pay-Per-View next month, or not next month, but in October. It'll be the return of the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder against Robert Helenius on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. So keep your note out on that, October 15th, and join us on Pay-Per-View. Speaking of pay-per-view, Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz, what a matchup in the heavyweight division. Both men coming off of victories in their last outings. Andy Ruiz, a victory over Chris Arreola last May at nearby Dignity Health Sports Park in nearby Carson. For Luis Ortiz, he fought on New Year's Day on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View, a 6-round stoppage over the former heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Martin, in what was a very fun and back-and-forth matchup for Andy Ruiz. He is with a brand-new trainer and looking no doubt to inch closer to once again trying to recapture the heavyweight championship of the world, but standing in his way, Luis King Kong Ortiz. We will get going, and tickets are available at Crypto.com Arena. You can buy them at AXS.com. It's all presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, the fights are absolutely stacked. I mean, you look at a fight like Raees Salim and Mike Planium that'll begin the FS1 portion. Raees Salim, he's undefeated, 19-0 with 12 knockouts. A fight that stood out to me with Raees Salim, who's making waves at 122, was when he stopped Vic Pasillas, who is here from the Southern California area, and he's taking on Mike Planium, who's Filipino, who's won 11 straight victories, who realizes that his quest to a world title goes right through Raees Salim. Both men have respect for each other, but both men have vowed that they will not take a step backwards. Then we'll go live on Fox at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, 1 hour before the pay-per-view, Crypto.com Arena. Joey Spencer looking to take that next step in his career. He's undefeated. He'll take on a fellow unbeaten Mexican, Kevin Salgado, very aggressive with a big punch. Salgado looking to go ahead and hand Joey Spencer his first loss. Spencer looking to remain undefeated. To begin the night, it'll be Jose Rayo Valenzuela, 12-0, 8 knockouts. So exciting. 2 straight wins by stoppage. 1 over Austin Dulé last December. Most recently halted Francisco Vargas in devastating fashion in the first round. Didn't even let him go into round number 2 in front of nearly 40,000 fans at AT&T Stadium in Arlington on the undercard of Errol Spence's triumphant victory over Yordenis Ugas. He looked amazing, but Jose Valenzuela looking to make it 3 straight victories, but standing in his way, the hard-hitting Dominican power puncher and Edwin de los Santos, 14-1 with 13 knockouts. Then it'll be the return of Abner Mares, who makes his way back inside the ring for the first time in 4.5 years, as he will meet up against Miguel Flores, who is very excited and looking forward to his opportunity against Abner Mares on Sunday. Co-main event, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who is really been evolving and growing, very aggressive, a fun style. He likes to come forward, rips you to the body, tries to tear your head off inside the ring, and standing across from him will be the man that you just saw work out, Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. And now we will turn it right back over to Mariachi San Popa, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you here on Olvera Street and also those watching on the PBC YouTube page.
sábado a sola del Churumbel.
Un aplauso para Mariachi San Popan. Damas y caballeros, a round of applause for Mariachi San Popan, who've done a tremendous job throughout the afternoon, and we are awaiting more media workouts. But while we do that, we will allow Mariachi San Popan to continue to perform for all of you. Otra vez, un aplauso para Mariachi San Popan.
Bueno, el herradero, por petición.
que guarda el amor mío. Ay, mi vida, tuyo es mi corazón. Sí, señores.
Mariachi San Popan, señoras y señores. Es un orgullo estar aquí en Los Angeles. It's an honor to be here in Los Angeles for Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz. This upcoming Sunday from Crypto.com Arena on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View, a big night of boxing coming your way. Great to be with all of you as the sun is going down, but no doubt the stars are going to come out inside the ring in a few moments. I'm going to be talking with Luis King Kong Ortiz, Andy Ruiz ahead of their matchups coming up on Sunday. Also, Isaac Cruz, who will take on Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. That one being our co-main event in the lightweight division. If you are a fight fan, if you love entertainment, then join us on Sunday on Labor Day weekend as we are ending the summer in the best way that PBC can, with a bang, with tremendous fights, hard-hitting action, knockouts, because I guarantee you we're going to see many knockouts on Sunday. Andy Ruiz King Kong Ortiz, they have knockout power. They both are looking to inch closer to a world title shot, and both men need and want to make a statement against the other. They have been on a collision course for the past several years, have Andy Ruiz and Luis King Kong Ortiz. Andy Ruiz being the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the first and only fighter of Mexican descent to capture the heavyweight championship of the world. What a moment that was in June of 2019 when he defeated Anthony Joshua at Madison Square Garden. He was a big underdog going into that fight. And lo and behold, he went ahead and shocked the world. He didn't shock me because I knew he was capable of doing it, but he essentially went ahead and made history that very evening, becoming the unified heavyweight champion of the world. And now he looks to get back to world title opportunities. But first, he's got to get through Luis King Kong Ortiz. Speaking of world title opportunities for Luis Ortiz, he went ahead and fought, came up short against Deontay Wilder, not once but twice in losing efforts. Luis Ortiz, very excited for his matchup against Andy Ruiz. At this time, we'll turn it right back over to Mariachi-san Popan to perform for all of you here in Los Angeles on Olvera Street. Que vamos con el mariachi. Mariachi San Popa, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, un aplauso para el mariachi here in Los Angeles on Olvera Street. Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz Fight Week. It comes your way this Sunday on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets are available. AXS.com, but they are going quickly. Make sure to get in there. There is nothing like a big fight at Crypto.com Arena. We got Luis Ortiz. We got Andy Ruiz, co-main event. Isaac Cruz, Eduardo Ramirez. That's going to be a crazy fight at 135. Abner Mares, the 3-division world champion. He's back inside the ring against Miguel Flores. Jose Rayo Valenzuela. That's just the pay-per-view card. Do not miss it. I'll turn it right back over to Mariachi San Popan to continue to perform all of you as we are ending the summer with a bang, with Labor Day weekend, a special Sunday night edition of PBC on FS1 on Fox and Fox Sports Pay-Per-View. Join us at Crypto.com Arena. Our TV fights begin at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. And boy, oh boy, do we have a loaded card from top to bottom, as I will once again turn it right back over to Mariachi San Popan. Gracias.
Yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Y llorar, llorar y llorar. Dios que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, yo siempre lo que quiero. Pero hay que saber llegar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero. Y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
Un aplauso para Mariachi San Popan. They are performing here on Olvera Street, awaiting our next fighter to make his way here to work out for all the media in attendance and all the fans here on Olvera Street. I remember the last time that I was here, if I'm correct, maybe Kelly Swanson and Tim Smith kid, maybe let me know. But I remember being here for Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares, the first fight, as it was a raucous atmosphere, over 13,000 fans at Crypto.com Arena. This was back on August 29, 2015. And lo and behold, 7 years later, we have a big card coming your way on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Incidentally, Abner Mares making his return to the ring as he will battle Miguel Flores, his first fight back in 4.5 years. In that fight against Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares and Leo Santa Cruz, they threw over 2,000 punches combined. Unbelievable. And Abner, no doubt, said he misses it and he's looking to battle. And Miguel Flores, no relation to me, that's not my brother, but he said he's going to battle as well. And oh my goodness, expect a sensational matchup in that contest with Abner Mares and Miguel Flores. When you look at this pay-per-view card, I got to tell you, It is absolutely deep, and these fights can no doubt headline anywhere around the world. We are awaiting Luis Ortiz. We are awaiting Isaac Cruz. We are awaiting Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr. All of them will be working out here on Olvera Street, so hang with us, and I'll turn it right back over to Mariachi Sampopa. No, I will not. I will actually get inside the ring because we have one half of our main event on Sunday night. This man is a former world title challenger, went to battle against the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder not once but twice, having come off of an impressive victory over Charles Martin back in January on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View to begin the new year. Originally from Camagüey, Cuba, ladies and gentlemen, 33 wins, 2 losses, 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a man who has been among the elite in the heavyweight division, led by his trainer, Herman Caicedo. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis, it is great to be with you, and Herman, if we want to go ahead and if we have Martin Batzer around here somewhere, there is Martin, but Luis, if you could come here momentarily and give me your thoughts fighting here in Los Angeles. We can walk over here, and that way we can go ahead and make sure that we get the to where people can know where to go ahead and purchase the pay-per-view. But Luis, for you, no, this way, turn around. There we go. Well, he's very athletic already and set and ready for battle. But Luis, tell us your thoughts. Andy Ruiz on Sunday, the main event, Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. How excited are you for this matchup?
Bueno, contanos cómo te sentís de cara a esta gran pelea por Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View.
Bueno, ya lo que queda es esperar al domingo para la guerra.
All that's left is wait for Sunday because you're going to see a war out there.
The last time you fought in downtown Los Angeles at Crypto.com Arena was dating back to that of July 2019, a highlight reel second-round knockout against Razvan Kajanu. Are you expecting the same result on Sunday against Andy Ruiz, and why is that building so special to you?
Bueno, la última vez que peleaste en el Crypto.com Arena, que era el Staples Center en ese momento, fue contra Cayano y deslumbraste con un knockout en el segundo round. ¿Pensás que se va a repetir el domingo? ¿Y por qué ese estadio sentís que es especial para vos?
Bueno, aquí todo cabe. Aquí todo cabe. En el boxeo es algo lindo y siempre está lleno de sorpresas. Y nada, estoy preparado para el knockout. Sé que él también está preparado para hacer su trabajo, pero yo estoy listo.
You know, this is a venue that lends itself to anything. Absolutely anything can happen. But I'll tell you what, I'm ready for the knockout. I know that he's going to do his job, but I'm ready to knock him out.
Luis, you told me a couple of weeks ago during your media workout in Las Vegas, you said, I'm going to knock him out or he's going to knock me out. This is not going to go the distance. As now, on Wednesday, ahead of Sunday, do you still feel that that will be the case?
Sentís que, como dijiste hace unos días, es o vos lo noqueás o él te noquea, pero esto no llega a la campana final. ¿Qué opinás?
Sí, yo sigo reafirmando lo dicho. Estoy agradecido por este evento grande que se está haciendo aquí en Los Ángeles. Nada, por el pueblo mexicano, el pueblo aquí de Los Ángeles, Cuba, Miami, Estados Unidos, que sabe, estamos aquí y vamos a hacer nuestro mejor trabajo. Vamos a hacer nuestro mejor trabajo arriba del ring y sé que esto no va a llegar a un 2 asaltos.
I said it once and I'll say it again. This is not getting to the final round. It's going to be a thrilling fight. And I'm truly thankful with the people that are here in LA, the Mexican community, the Cuban community that's going to come out and support us. We're waiting for all of you. We love you. And you're going to see a great fight on Sunday night.
Luis King Kong Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for King Kong. He's going to work out for all of you with his esteemed trainer, Herman Caicedo, as fight week in full swing here in Los Angeles. King Kong inside the ring here in Los Angeles. Luis Ortiz collides against Andy Ruiz this Sunday on Fox Sports PBC Pay-Per-View here in Los Angeles. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Luis King Kong Ortiz, working out for all of you here on Orvela Street. Luis Ortiz ready to go for his match. Look at that. He steps over the top rope. I mean, there's a reason why they call him King Kong. My goodness. I think the phrase is, él es un grandote, as I'd like to say. He's a tall man, is Luis Ortiz. King Kong, ready to take on Andy Ruiz on Sunday. Crypto.com Arena. Man, I can't wait. Listen, I'm a fight fan just like all of you. I can't wait for this fight. People are asking me, what's your prediction? What do you think? The only thing I'm going to tell you that I'm going to predict, it's not going to go to the scorecards. I'd be shocked, stunned, bewildered if it goes to the scorecards. I don't think there's any need for those three judges. They're going to be able to sit down and, I mean, honestly, just enjoy the fight because one of these guys is going to knock out the other. I can't wait. I think we're going to get a special night on Sunday. Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific time is when we go live for the pay-per-view. But as I mentioned, it'll be fights throughout the entire day, and all of them are very exciting, competitive matchups, compelling affairs. You want to join us as we are ending the summer with the bang. It's all being presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions. Limited tickets are available at AXS.com. Join us for what will be a raucous and festive atmosphere inside Crypto.com Arena for Andy Ruiz and Luis King Kong Ortiz this Sunday, as we are in the midst of a wonderful run for Premier Boxing Champions on FOX Sports Pay-Per-View. This one is an eliminator fight with Andy Ruiz and Luis King Kong Ortiz, our co-main event in the lightweight division, an eliminator fight as well. Isaac Pitbull Cruz has his assignment against Eduardo Ramirez. Both fighters are Mexican, both men looking to make a definitive statement and punch their ticket to a world title. Isaac Cruz last fought for the world title inside that very arena of Crypto.com Arena, formerly the Staples Center, in a losing effort. But what a battle he gave and what an effort he gave against Gervonta Tank Davis. For Eduardo Ramirez, he has won 5 straight, looking to make it 6 in a row. And as I talked about, Abner Mares, the 3-division world champion, back inside the ring for the first time in 4.5 years. He is back in action against Miguel Flores. Also, Jose Rayo Valenzuela has his opponent in a very tough, looking forward to his matchup. A late replacement opponent is what is on tap as he takes on Edwin De Los Santos, 14-1 with 13 knockouts. But as we await Isaac Pitbull Cruz, I will turn it right back over to our wonderful entertainment throughout the afternoon and evening, Mariachi San Popan. Un aplauso para Mariachi San Popa, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate them performing for all of you here throughout the afternoon and evening on Olvera Street. Great to be here in this wonderful community as we are beginning Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz Fight Week. And oh my goodness, I am so excited to be here in Los Angeles. The entire PBC staff, we are thrilled and honored to be here. No better way that we would rather be spending the end of the summer than right here in Los Angeles for this loaded night of boxing. Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, talk about a fight that could go either way, but you can expect a sensational finish in that particular matchup. But once again, I will allow the mariachi to continue to perform. We're waiting. Isaac Cruz and also Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr. will be here working out. They're selling t-shirts here on Olvera Street, and he will be here working out for all of you. So Isaac Cruz and Andy Ruiz still to come here on the Media Workouts in Los Angeles on the BBC YouTube page and here on Olvera Street. Mariachi San Popan. Gracias. And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way inside the ring with the record of 23 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Desde el Distrito Federal, Mexico, Mexico City. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, please welcome the top 5 ranked lightweight in the world. Damas y caballeros, presentando Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Isaac, it is great to see you. Isaac, give us your thoughts. What a reception here in Los Angeles. You take on Eduardo Ramirez on Sunday in the co-main event on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. How are you feeling, and what does this fight mean to you against Eduardo Ramirez?
Bueno, mira la recepción que tuviste, cómo te quiere la gente. Se viene una pelea enorme el domingo contra Eduardo Ramírez. ¿Cómo te sentís? ¿Qué esperás el domingo en esta gran pelea?
Bueno, estamos muy contentos. Muchas gracias a toda la gente por sus muestras de apoyo, de cariño. Y bueno, venimos muy bien preparados para dar una gran pelea el próximo 4 de septiembre.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate all the love that you're showing us. And I can guarantee you that we're going to be ready on Sunday night to provide a great fight for everybody.
Eduardo Ramirez said that they are expecting a very aggressive and an exciting fight out of you. Are you expecting the same? Are you expecting to go toe-to-toe against Eduardo Ramirez? Because I feel like that's the only way that you fight. You're so aggressive and you love to throw a lot of punches.
Bueno, Eduardo Ramírez dijo antes de que vos llegues de que él espera que vos salgas al frente, que seas muy agresivo. Y Rey acá dice que él también lo espera porque ese es su estilo. No hay otra manera en la que vos peleas. Pero ¿qué opinas de lo que dice tanto él como lo que dice Eduardo?
Respetamos ambas opiniones y bueno, nosotros venimos a hacer nuestro propio trabajo y venimos por la victoria.
We respect both things, both what you said and what Eduardo said. But in the end, regardless of style, what we came to do is win, no matter what.
My final question to you, prediction on Sunday against Eduardo Ramirez.
Vaticinio, predicción para este domingo, ¿quién gana y cómo?
Va a ganar el que venga mejor preparado y bueno, nosotros venimos por la victoria a casa.
Well, you know, whoever is better prepared is going to win, but I'll tell you what, I'm coming out with a win no matter what. That's what I'm looking for.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the Pitbull, Isaac Cruz, taking on Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez on Sunday in the co-main event on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Isaac Cruz going to work out for all of you here in Los Angeles on Olvera Street. It is Ruiz Ortiz Fight Week. Back to Mariachi San Popan. Vámonos. All right, a round of applause for Isaac Pitbull Cruz, ladies and gentlemen. Gracias to Isaac Pitbull Cruz. All right, so Isaac Pitbull Cruz is going to leave the ring, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for Isaac Pitbull Cruz as he takes on Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez, as he is very excited to pose with his championship and everything else. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up to the ring with the record of 34 wins, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Gracias, guys. And with Isaac Cruz, his opponent will be Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. We got Isaac Cruz in the house, but also we have a part of our main event, 34 wins, 22 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 defeats. He became the first Mexican-American to capture the heavyweight championship of the world when he knocked out Anthony Joshua at Madison Square Garden in June of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former unified heavyweight champion of the world. He takes on Luis Ortiz this Sunday on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Here is Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr. Andy, great to see you. Tell us about what this moment means to you. Olvera Street, Los Angeles, FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View on Sunday. Luis King Kong Ortiz, how you feeling and what does this mean to you?
It feels good, man. It means so much to me, especially fighting here in Los Angeles with all my family, all my fans, all the supporters. So I'm excited.
These fans have been waiting for you all afternoon long. I got here about an hour and a half before the media workouts. There was already people here with chairs waiting for you. I see them buying your T-shirts. Tell us about the support that you get from the fans here in the Los Angeles area.
It's an incredible support, man. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. And like I said, you guys are my motivation. Not just you guys, but my kids, my family, all the fans, everybody that supports me, man. So it means a lot to me, especially fighting here in Los Angeles at the Crypto Arena is going to be amazing.
Luis Ortiz, I spoke with him about 15 to 20 minutes ago. He told me, Andy, when I asked him if he thought that it was a guarantee this fight was going to end a knockout, he says yes. The judges will not have to work on Sunday. Do you feel the same way? Will this fight end in a knockout?
You know what? If it ends on a knockout, it ends on a knockout. But my goal is to win, to become victorious in there. I'm in shape to do all 12 rounds. But if the knockout comes early, it comes home early. I go back home with my family and celebrate.
I watched you work out at your beautiful gym in San Diego, and I could tell you that I feel like this is the best we've ever seen Andy Ruiz. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, you could say that, man. But as long as I know that I've been putting all the hard work inside the gym, that's the thing that I'm happy. I'm always smiling when I go inside the gym. It's like my world in there. So it's different. I focus more on boxing instead of losing weight and try to be all buff and whatever. I just focus on boxing, my craft, and especially Luis Ortiz because he's a different style, you know? So I just focus on boxing and just how it should be.
Years ago, you were the one that was on the opening TV fight co-main event. Now, you are a guaranteed main eventer, and you're setting the tone for the younger guys. Guys like Cruz, Eduardo Ramirez. You also have Abner Mares coming back. Jose Valenzuela. The younger guys now are trying to follow your lead. What is that like to be able to guide the younger generation as they're now fighting on your undercards?
It means a lot, man. Like I said, I was in that position as well when I was climbing up the ladders, and look at now. Thanks to God, thanks to Jesus that I'm here doing the main event now, making my dreams come true. It's an honor. But that just shows that anything is possible, man. Just working hard, staying disciplined, staying focused, and giving all glory to God. You'll be victorious in anything.
What do you want to tell the fans here on Olvera Street in Spanish?
Gracias a todos que me andan apoyando, todos los fans, todos los mexicanos. Yo sé que va a ser una pelea suave el domingo en el Crypto Arena. So agarra las carnes asadas, las coronas y mira el show.
Carne asada and corona. I think I need that after this workout. But enjoy it on Sunday while you're watching the fight. Finally, Andy, to those watching all over the world on the PBC YouTube page, a prediction on Sunday.
The prediction is me having my raise up high and giving the glory to God. That's the main.
Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr., ladies and gentlemen, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world, and now to perform for all of you while Andy Ruiz works out, Mariachi San Popan.
Prendida un amor y por allá en Ensenada se lugares tan queridos, veces me fui a pasear. Palanco, Estación Victoria, Cuervos y su mezquital, Gran Colonia, Carranza, San Felipe y Pucapán. Mi tierra es una esmeralda, siempre bañada de sol. Desde la alta rumorosa les brindo yo mi canción a su laguna salada y a todita mi región. El centinela, altivo y viejo guardián, tenía un lugar en la historia.
Un aplauso para Andy Ruiz.
Esa mi tierra natal, puro cachanilla, lo digo sin pretensión, soy de Baja California.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr. working out for all of you here in Los Angeles on Olvera Street. Un aplauso para Mariachi Zampopan. Gracias. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here for the media workouts in Los Angeles. Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, they are focused and ready to go. Tomorrow, for all of you watching, we will have the final press conference. You can watch it live. Check it out on your local cable listings on FS2. It comes your way 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific time. Or also check it out on the PBC YouTube page as well. The weigh-in on Saturday, and then the fight on Sunday, Crypto.com Arena. Don't miss Andy Ruiz, Luis King Kong Ortiz, the heavyweight showdown, the heavyweight title eliminator on Sunday, Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. We see you throughout the week. And on Sunday, for Andy Ruiz, Luis King Kong Ortiz, someone's getting knocked out. And thank you, Olvera Street, for being amazing. And we will see you throughout the week here in Los Angeles. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your night. Nos vemos y tengan una buena noche. Gracias.